you got manifestation upside down. How do I know this? Because you know, in theory, everything about manifestation, but the practical applications are yet to arrive, are yet to be shown in your life, right? You have never manifested a thing. And I'm so sorry for my English in this video. This is my first video online in English. I'm a transformational coach in Denmark, so this is not my native language. But I have all my life been a master manifester. Manifested millions, still do, hardly ever work, get to walk on the beach almost every day, enjoy my life, my wife, my kids. I have also managed to manifest terrible things for myself. And more on that later. But I know that many of you watching this video is going to watch this video after watching another video, after watching another video. How do I know this? Because I used to do this myself. You get caught up in theory, and that means you are never going to practical steps. How do you actually manifest? How come you know everything about this? You know it's living in the end. You know it's the feeling. It's the vibration. You know it's don't caring about the external world. You know all this. And still, you don't have the house, you don't have the car, you maybe not have the partner. Let's talk about this. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 of the steps that are the most important steps that I teach my Danish clients. So in this video, I have nothing to sell you. I just wanted to make a video in English because my TikTok feed is filled with people knowing theoretical stuff, saying stuff that is not fluff. It's actually pretty good. But I know because I know the video does not go to a deep point, does not really touch what matters. And that's how I know, okay, these people know a lot of stuff. But like in all business, I've been in many business areas. Like in all business, it's not the people that know the most that are the most successful. And why is that? That is because knowledge is not important right now. You don't need more knowledge. You actually need protocols in your life that you can apply so that you can have the life you want. This video is not going to be long, so keep it at this video. This is my first video, but it's a very, very good video. I'm probably at 0 subs at my channel when you see this video, but that doesn't matter. This video will give you the feeling of, oh, I can learn from this guy, so I want to sub to this channel. And please do. But know that when that feeling arises of euphoria or aha moments, light bulb moments, whatever you call them, then that is actually love expressing in you. That is a feeling that, oh, I can do this. And you nailed it. You can do this. I know that your potential is just on a leash right now, and you just have to cut this leash. So in this video, 3 practical steps. Direction. In which direction do we go to reach our desired reality? Practical step number 1. Practical step number 2, resistance. How do we allow this manifested reality to reach us? Because most of you know exactly what you want. You think so, but most of you actually know what you want, but you cannot seem to reach it, even though you know everything about manifestation. And thing number 3, how it can actually be a benefit to manifest from trauma, and why it is actually likely that you are manifesting from trauma. And trauma is what made you want to manifest, and trauma is what's keeping you from reaching your desired reality. So how do we break free? 3 steps. Keep watching this video. I know I'm a slow speaker, but this is my first video in English, so please bear with me. This is going to be very high level, so if you have some questions, then leave them in the comment, but I will do everything I can to keep it at a very practical level, where I'm trying to not go into too much detail about how this works. But let's give it a go. Number 1, direction. You are right now living the future, right, of past you. Does that make sense? You were once in the past, if we believe in time. But let's say we do. And you are now in the future. So if I have told you in the past, this is going to be your future, would you have believed me? No. But you should have believed me, right? Because you're not right now in the future. Does that make sense? And that is also the case with the future you that you can imagine in your head. That is actually very much real, very much more real than you can imagine and believe in. And you should believe in it, as you should have done earlier. But why do you keep manifesting a shitty life then? That's about direction. So when people say you can manifest instantly, it's bullshit on a theoretical level. But let me tell you why it is bullshit and why it is not bullshit. The manifestation is not instantly there, and that's what you're looking for. You're meditating, opening your eyes and feeling sad. Okay, the Mustang GT 500 is still not in my garage. Oh, damn it. But I want you to know that the manifestation is instant, just not right now. Let's say you are at point 0, right? You can turn around, you can change directions. If you are in a bad mood, a bad vibration, you go in this direction, right? You are going in the direction of a future you do not want, where you feel the same as you feel right now. So when you change your feelings, you turn the direction of where you're going. So every one of these possibilities all around me are very much real. They are so real, all of them. They all coexist. Like an electron in superposition. The one reality you are watching are the one reality that is collapsing at this moment. That I don't want to get into too much technical detail about that, but that's how it works at some level. So how do we, or why do we need to change our compass and our feelings? Why do my manifestations not come? Because you turn your feelings for such a short period of time that you move in the right direction. And you see some progress, and then you lose that feeling state. And you should just know that I'm on the trajectory. I cannot say that word, I'm sorry. You are going in the right direction, right? Every time you're turning your compass. So that's a thing that I feel like most manifestation coaches do not talk about. That manifestation is not happening at this moment per se. You're at this moment, you're actually just changing your feeling. You're actually just raising your vibration. You are still at point number, or at 0, point blank, right? But the next time you take a step, you are one more step in the right direction if you feel the right way. One more step in the right direction if you feel the right way. So just keep at this state and reach this state as often as possible. And that's why Esther Hicks says, before working, aligning. And that is so important. You should never have to work before you are aligned. Meditate every morning and meditate every time you feel bad. And I know that's very hard, especially for you entrepreneurs watching this video. And that's also the case for my Danish clients. They feel like failures if they do not work. But I'm telling you, if you do not feel like working, you are working in the right direction, wrong direction. If you do not feel like working, align first. Make work feel good. And when you make work feel good, you are working in the right direction. So that's step number 1, direction. Notice your own compass and direct it in the direction. And that's why people say there are multiple realities. They are actually not parallel. They all stem from you. You are like a sun, putting sun rays in every direction. And every sun ray is a reality. So you have to turn in the right direction, not physically. I hope you understand. Step number 2, resistance. Resistance is so beautiful actually, because I have reached this state a lot of times in my life. And early on in life, I would manifest easily because I never had any resistance. And then some shit occurred in my life that made me doubt myself more, but we could talk about that another time. But resistance is what you feel when you are looking for your manifestation. And I want you to know that you are not manifesting anything. The thing already exists. So your problem is not more manifesting. Your problem is not more knowledge, but The problem is most of the time less knowledge. And that's why some people, when they start manifesting, they actually get a more troublesome life. A life filled with worry, a life filled with bad thoughts, because they get like this analysis paralysis state where, why is my manifestation not coming? And that thought is keeping you from reaching it. So do not look for it. If you have a desire, that is all you need in terms of getting it. And then you just have to release it, actually. Align with a high feeling, a high state, a high vibration, and just work on your intuition. Do what feels good to you. And then watch what happens. And just do not care about it, actually. And you guys that have manifested successfully sometimes, think about when you manifested. You did not really care because you knew already. So do not look for it. Resistance is... That's the feeling inside, the worry you have right now. Actually, it's resisting watching this video because you think you need more knowledge. Some of you will hurry up and click on to the next video right now. Please don't. But you can understand what I'm saying, right? Resisting is in everything you do if you keep on looking for it. Resisting is in watching the next video. Resisting is in paying the next coach. Resisting is in your next meditation. I'm not saying that you should not better yourself. I'm not saying that you should not try to accomplish this state. But somehow I'm actually saying that you should focus on feeling good. And you should focus on accepting reality. But that's very hard, and that's point number 3, and we're almost done with this video, but this point number 3 is actually the most important, because I think almost all of you can relate to it. So we're going to talk more about these steps in another video, maybe the next video. Hopefully this video will be good enough that you will like it. And if you like it, please subscribe to my channel, because there will be a lot more like it. I have a lot to say, and I practice this every day, not only on myself, but also on a lot of other clients that also make millions. So I know this stuff, not on a theoretical level, but on a practical level. But step number 3 is how and why do you manifest from a state of trauma? What gave you the desire to create your own reality? Most likely because you do not have the reality that you want. And most likely because you have been dealt a bad card at some point in life. A bad parent, a bad friend, a bad boyfriend, whatever. And that bad card is actually not a bad card. That bad card is actually a lottery ticket for you. And it is, as Esther Hicks says it, that bad experience launched a rocket of desire. Because you had such a bad childhood. You know that you want it to be better. You know you can make it better, and you want others to feel this way as well, right? So trauma made you the person you are today. With all the beautiful qualities you have. You want to be a good parent, right? You want to be a good friend. You want people to feel good. And you want to be able to enjoy the beach, the sun, everything. But trauma is also what's holding you back. And that's the polarity of it. Polarity of every feeling. That having a very bad childhood makes you being able to feel very bad feelings. But it also makes you able to feel very good feelings. So that's why if you meet very deep people, like people that have a lot to give, they have lost a lot, oftentimes. But why is trauma keeping you back? Because of the polarity. And if you have studied 7 laws of hermetics, or a lot of these old books on how to manifest actually, reality creation, then you know about the law of polarity and how everything comes in seasons and pairs actually. Like the moon, like women, like the trees, it all has polarities, ups and downs, swaying from one state to another state. Oh, I dropped my mic. Let's talk like this then for the last 5-10 minutes. Trauma is keeping you stuck because you have not done the subconscious work. You have seen a lot of these videos talking about that you should do subconscious work, but you don't want to do it because it's hard work. You don't know where to start. How do I know this? Because I used to manifest a lot of bad stuff. What happened to me was, my mom and dad divorced, right? I was left with my mom, who was very sick. And I, early on, learned that everything was my fault and I should be able to solve everything in life. And that I should feel a lot of shame if I could not. I hope some of you can relate, because then you know you're not alone. And because of that, I was in a state of shame, and I was in a state of, if I do not reach millions, if I do not make myself a success, if I do not solve everyone's problems, then I am a failure. So I lived in a state of failure. I lived in a state of shame. And what did I attract? More to feel shameful about, and more to feel worried about, and more problems to fix. That's how this works. You are always manifesting. And how did I solve this? By accident. That's not the solution for you, but by accident, by making my life so bad and hurting so many people that I had to learn. I won't go more into detail with this, but you should not solve your problems this way. That's not the way. You should do the subconscious work, and in this part of my life, I know how important it is to let go of this. And that's why, and why you should solve it is because of the rectangular system. Your thoughts create your feelings dictate your actions, and your actions, taking from intuition, that is, should dictate your outcomes. And what does dictate your thoughts? Your outcomes. We have to cut this tie, actually. So your thoughts are not from your outcomes. Because if they are, you will never reach a peak state of your life. But when you are traumatized, your feelings will dictate a behavior that is not aligned with your future self. So your trauma gave you all this good stuff, but also gave you a fear. And if you are an entrepreneur that is working so hard right now that you are failing on being a parent, failing on being a wife, a husband, whatever, failing on being a family person, then this is for you, actually. You are working from a place of trauma. You are working from a place of, if I do not work, I will be a failure. And I'm here to tell you, and I make a lot of money doing what I do. You do not have to work. Obviously, you have to take some action, but you do not have to work that much. 2-3 hours a day, and that's on the high end, actually. So stop working that much and work on yourself, because you're working from trauma. So you're making the wrong decisions, because when you are, let's say, you're about to manifest your desired reality, your trauma is making you think that you know the way. You are one day from getting your Mustang GT 500, the car you've always wanted. Let's say that. You're walking on the street, and the universe would have it that there is a guy looking to give it away for free. I know it's a weird example, but let's go with me, because this is the type of stuff that actually happens to people that reach this peak level. You are walking, but you're deciding to, I enjoy this trip, I feel like going further, but my fear is telling me that if I do not work, if I do not hurry home and work on my business, I will be a failure, so I will turn around. And then you're turning around, and 5 minutes from you is the guy that is going to give you your dream car. And the universe is saying, no, we will then have to find another way of giving you this Mustang. We will have to find another way in the future. And that can be like 3 months from now, 6 months from now. It can also be tomorrow, so don't worry. But you see what I'm saying? Your fears are keeping you stuck in life, because the universe is going to give this to you in such a weird way oftentimes. It's coincidences. Of course, we do not call them coincidences. I know that. It's miracles. You get to experience miracles every day when you break free. Then you just get to have what you want, actually. You just get to create life every day. Just knowing, today I created my future, maybe in a week or two. It will not happen today, but what I desire right now is just around the corner. And then you're just looking for opportunities, smiling all the time, just walking around smiling at people, because maybe this person is going to light up my day, and if he's not, then let me light up his day. Then you have reached peak state. If you can pick your direction based on your feelings, number one. If you can release resistance, don't chase it too much. It's like if you punch into water. If you do it slowly, you will not feel the water. But if you punch hard, the water will be hard as well, and you will hurt yourself. That's the same with manifestation. If you push hard, it will push back. Number two. And number three, what made you want to manifest your desired reality is keeping you from reaching it. So work on yourself. Work on your childhood trauma. Why am I doing this? Am I doing it out of fear? Am I doing it out of anger? Revenge? What am I doing right now? But that also ties back to the feeling. I think that's it. I have 4 more practical steps that I will share in the next video that will be live in maybe tomorrow, maybe 2-3 days from now. And these 7 steps are what I teach my Danish clients, and these steps are free for you. A lot of my videos will be atypical because they will not be your usual fluff. They will be practical steps that will teach you about weird stuff. How does synchronicities tie together? Why do you get all your good ideas when showering? Why does your manifestations rarely show up in the way you thought? And a lot of other funny stuff, but good practical manifestation stuff. So let this be my first video on my English YouTube channel. I have a lot of Danish followers on my Danish channel, but I would like some followers here as well. Stay tuned. I'm rooting for you. Your potential is limitless. You can do this. Love you guys.